That ultra ground music, riding in the gears, not used. Tighten up, you would lose. I approve. I bet I stamped and approve. Straight ultra ground makes all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me and be your money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she likes. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. In and out of DMs, tryna be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt off when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them team that went the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles up her brothers. I said, jumping back, and lit. You right, she was just running, Emmett Smith. Run it back, she gotta make it. Rubbing it, just caught up. Then she got me paying down, painting nails. Calling me sound like the heads of the way I be chasing. You know she got them brands of the bed. I'm in Miami, so knowing the bands of Denzel. I caught her door back with a 50, she wanted the. She said, about to make me cancel this L. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy on. Payment good, if she good is gone. Boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones, foot on all these. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes.
I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give cause that's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the makeup. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. You can find me in.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Dolphins' superstar running back. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Dolphins and the Broncos on EA
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one. Coming off the bye week. Got our opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry. Just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye who had more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. You're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some big plays early to grab that momentum right from the jump.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's pretty obvious why you go pass on that first down. You're trying for a big strike and to take this home crowd out of it. But Kate, here's the energize this building. Listen to it. Listen to these fans as they get louder starting off with a sack.
Trying again following the sack. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Here he is on third and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going play action, Tagovailoa. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Ready.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. And this one does not go far. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He's got Smith. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Go ahead.
Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play. Them backwards, second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Another try following the sack. He's on the move. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Wilson looking to throw. Has a man, it's Achane. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Here's a chain up the middle. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down, just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down, here's Russ. Avoids the sack. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away. You'd expect distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Sanders all set to send it away. Evans now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. The give for the 1st time to Rachaad White. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And he's found many a gift in the end zone this season. As we work through December, he is currently tops in the league in rushing scores. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down carry for Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, a fullback that gets you the hard yards, it gets you those first downs on third down. Not too much different than that 3-wood in my golf bag. Just something trusty about it when I really need it.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Flush down out to his left. He finds Smith. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Just a field goal separates these. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it on 2nd and short. Achane on the inside give. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
On first down, it's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Wilson with it on first. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Achane will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Wilson moving fast here. Running forward, it's Achane. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run, it's Achane. And he gets in, touchdown. The Dolphins make it a 9-point advantage. Devon Achane with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
So they stick with the hot hand partner, and he ends up adding 2 more on top of that touchdown.
I'd say 8 points is a pretty solid try's work for him.
Right.
And as long as he's producing, seeing the gaps, getting the pads down, getting those tough yards, feed that man the ball. He won't be denied.
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here comes the Bronco offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half...
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Javon Holland there to make the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. Shotgun snap to Nix. Makes the grab in bounds left side. All the way! Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos start to fight back with their first points of this game. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Joey Sly on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. And he's out a little short of the 30. The Dolphins and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting 2nd right now across the league in rushing yards. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Russ now from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll get it up to the 27. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge gain.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Bradley Pinion on down to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Dolphins football. The Miami offense headed out there now. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Taken in by Smith. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. From the 42. This one's taken in by Hill. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Wilson throwing 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Russ is cooking again. To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Hauled in by Waddle. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Once more, it's Wilson. Catch is made in close. And in for the Miami touchdown. So, Rob, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
They'll try it on the ground. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Sanders all set to send it away. Evans now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He'll throw it. Catch made by Austin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. A massive shot towards the end zone. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. For a look around the league, we've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Chris Olave a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Khalil Shakir, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewert.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Dolphins, down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Russ is going to cook here. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way. Only to see a quarterback that fade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Defense shows blitz. Wilson on the move, headed right. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's got Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A-Chan, a 1st down carry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Ross off the play fake. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, where you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Sanders all set to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. The Broncos offense all set to go. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Second half starts with a run by Williams. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. He's running with it. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Cut by Sutton. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football. 1st down throw from Wilson.